There is a great number of services which really can help people. They don't need repeat prescriptions on their own. They need to be supported by speech therapists, physiotherapists, occupational therapists, dietitians.
The Society has always emphasised the important role of physical therapies in conjunction with medication for the management of Parkinson's disease.
There's a great number of people who can really help, and it needs to be a patient-carer-centred approach to care. They need to be involved in their own care and management, and they need to have the information to point the way for them. We have literature and videos which are available for people who are newly diagnosed. We give them honest information which is appropriate for them at that part of the journey. Parkinson's disease is very complex and very misunderstood. With the appropriate information and training, we really can make a difference. I've seen the differences that can be made through a good training course and by providing people with information.
None of the Society's aims can be achieved without money, and the involvement of others in fundraising and PR are key elements in its work.
All sorts of companies, from the smallest to the largest. If you look very carefully at their records and their people, it's very interesting to find the number of people in those companies whose lives have been affected by Parkinson's. I think they will also be interested in making sure that we find the cause and cure, but also linking themselves to a very professional charity, a very professional organisation.
It's a very worthwhile cause, I think, to see the commitment of our staff, our residents and the local communities that made that gave us the large amount of money, and the donations and the hard work and effort and the time that they gave up, I think demonstrated that it was an extremely worthwhile cause.
People in both organisations, John Grooms and PDS, were talking about a need for people, especially in Walsall, who needed to have a facility for care and for general meals and help in that way. Together the two organisations worked, managed to get the money, 100% of the capital costs from government sources through the Housing Corporation, had the strong support of the local authority at Walsall, and started building about 2.5 years ago and finished a month or two ago.
This is a wonderful concept. It is the Cinderella of the services to caring in the community, and this is something which Rotary could justifiably address itself to.
Much of the strength of the Society's work lies in the unstinting, enthusiastic and imaginative support it receives from its branches.
I don't think you could probably do this sort of thing without our sort of branch network, because to actually go out cold and find people who would put on a reception for you, and I have to say the receptions have been unbelievable, from large to small, and the ingenuity and the enthusiasm that's gone into them has been unbelievable.
Branches are a local support for people. They are the heart of the society, if you like. Branches exist to provide mutual support, information and entertainment for people.
An opportunity to be accepted into a group that can tell you how life is for them, entertain you, inform you, just be there for you. Someone that you can phone up when you're feeling blue.
I belong to a group in Armagh who have done our best to bring the communities together, you know, through the troubles. We started from the Peace People. And we sort of made money, and we would always give it to organisations as long as they had Catholics and Protestants in them. So I was talking to my friends about it, and they said, well, we'll give you the money. So the money came from my group, and we were able to start a branch in Armagh.
I found joining the Parkinson's Disease Society brought me into contact with people. We had a weekend at a hotel with perhaps 50 to 100 people with Parkinson's disease. That alone is quite a thought. Where else do you find, would you find 4 dozen people with Parkinson's disease, all falling about and all quite unabashed and unembarrassed about it, because they know they're with people that understand what they're doing.
We now have a society of more than 20,000 members, of 230 branches. We have an income approaching £5 million a year. We have a research budget in excess of £1.5 million if one takes all our activities. I'm very proud of the way the society has developed.
The more people who understand what lies behind Parkinson's disease, the more they'll get enthusiastic about supporting the PDS, because it's doing so much towards research that will eventually, we hope, lead to a cure.
To be diagnosed with Parkinson's disease is the beginning of a very long journey. It's a journey that begins with hope, and it passes through peaks and troughs, hopes and frustrations, and it ends with acceptance and resignation. And I think the Parkinson's Disease Society of the United Kingdom has to absolutely be committed that these people don't make that journey alone.
People with Parkinson's disease need a voice, and in the case of the Parkinson's Disease Society, that voice is loud and strong. We need your help, and we need it today. And now you know us. Don't turn away, please.